Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is the final film and conclusion to Disney's new Star Wars trilogy. Is this a satisfying conclusion to the Up and Down trilogy, or is this another divisive film? Let's find out.
The Force will be with you.
Always.
Before I get into the review, a couple of points of reference. This review is of course spoiler free. All footage used will be promotional material with minor references to plot. Second, please go and see the movie yourself. While I do appreciate everyone tuning in to hear my points, and hopefully subscribing, go make your own opinion about the material. Okay, back to the review. The Rise of Skywalker takes place following the events of The Last Jedi, with both sides, the Resistance and the First Order, now run by Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, in search of the Wayfinder. The Wayfinder is a compass of sorts that leads to the massive fleet seen in the trailers, as well as the returning ultimate villain, Emperor Palpatine. JJ Abrams, who returned to direct after taking The Last Jedi off, had quite the workload in front of him. The Last Jedi was a massive firestorm of criticism, being the center of many YouTube videos and editorials. Course correction was needed to keep fans happy, and somehow revive the trilogy that stopped dead in its tracks. Regardless of the outcome, one has to tip a hat to JJ for making sense of this mess. The Rise of Skywalker features some fantastic character moments, best in the trilogy with some of the best in the entire series. Those who have hoped for more Poe and Finn moments get those in spades, likewise with Kylo Ren and Rey. Everyone does well with the material, making the most out of emotional scenes. Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley give arguably their best performances out of the three films. While not delving too much into his return, one has to love the Emperor. In the day and age of making complicated villains, it's so refreshing just to see a straight up asshole.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
Action scenes also come in spades, with the film being chocked absolutely full with them. Lightsaber battles, ship battles, you name it, this film has all of it. It certainly won't bore anyone. It also took a needed step back from the goofiness featured in The Last Jedi. Make no mistake, this is one of, if not the darkest Star Wars film. You certainly won't see the likes of Finn running down the hall with just, crap hanging off of him.
Supreme Leader, don't get distracted. I'll go.
Sure, the film can make you smile with some witty dialogue, which is a bit reminiscent to JJ's other works, like Star Trek.
Maybe you can't count, but there are 4 of us and 1 of you.
So get some more guys and then it'll be an even fight.
Rise of Skywalker also features plenty of Easter eggs, cameos, and fan service to keep those passionate fans happy. So, if you've reached this point in the review, hearing the points you can probably feel the but coming along. The Rise of Skywalker does have amazing character moments, awesome action sequences, it's beautiful to look at, and has a rather emotional send-off for Carrie Fisher. However, at almost 2.5 hours long, this film is overstuffed. This film is like a hoarder's house stuffed with material. You can tell JJ was trying to not only retcon the damage done in The Last Jedi, but also craft his own film while also trying to conclude this trilogy. It's the kitchen sink method, except instead of throwing the kitchen sink, he threw the whole damn house. Because of this, a lot of stuff is blown past with no real mention or explanation. Some of this almost comes off as fanfiction or even video gaming, including the reveal of the gigantic hidden fleet the Emperor has. It's so large, it's just so ridiculous. The Rise of Skywalker almost all but ignores The Last Jedi. Besides a few references carried over, audience will be at a loss. If you like The Last Jedi, watching The Rise of Skywalker will be a waste of your time. If you hated The Last Jedi and liked The Rise of Skywalker, well, you wasted your time watching The Last Jedi. Nobody really wins here. The best film analogy that immediately popped in my head after viewing was The Dark Knight Rises. Christopher Nolan's trilogy-ending epic was just that, absolutely epic. It featured wonderful moments for characters we have grown to love and wonderfully done action sequences. It was also a convoluted mess and one of Nolan's most unpolished works, in my opinion of course. The Rise of Skywalker carries that same burden, but with a fan base as ferocious as any. So, The Rise of Skywalker will be another divisive film in the universe. Some will love it, some will absolutely hate it. Me? I stand in the middle. The film is chock full of my favorite moments in all of the trilogy, but it's hard to not overlook the fact that Disney didn't plan anything out. It's so evident, and because of it, the film and trilogy as a whole suffers. This film will be long talked about. Trust me. Hey Tots, thanks so much for watching. Are you guys excited to see Rise of Skywalker? What do you think of the trilogy so far? Interested in a spoiler review? Let me know in the comments. See you around, Tots.